Welcome to True to Size, episode 223.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to True to Size. We are a weekly podcast centered around the wild world of sneakers. I will be your host today. My name is Lawrence Hopkins, and I am joined by some of the rest of the quarantine at Canada Got Soul, Mr. Joel Hernandez.
You
And so our other sneaker father could not be here today.
Yeah.
But luckily, we have just like a tag team, like
That's it.
I was trying to think of a wrestling tag team, and I completely blanked on like a Hardy Boys action. Like maybe that's Jeff Hardy, Ed Hardy. Is it Ed Hardy? Not Ed Hardy.
Ed Hardy's the bad.
Matt Hardy.
Yeah. Ed Hardy.
Maybe he's Ed Hardy.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy action, just tagging each other in seamlessly. You won't even notice that Alvin's not here. We are joined by a good friend of the show, and apparently been a while since he's been here, so happy to have him back, Mr. John Burd, aka Mr. Weekends with Walt. What's going on, sir?
Hey, man, how you guys doing? Thanks for having me.
Good, man. Really good. I feel like, honestly, it's been so long, I should have had a proper intro prepared. I didn't realize it had been 2 years almost since you had been here.
Yeah, crazy.
But with the cadence with which we record, it's probably only been like 4 or 5 episodes in between that time. So.
I mean, I just saw you in November, so
yeah, exactly. That's why we just see each other so often that we forget that like our annual seeing each other in LA visits. We're back. We had a couple weeks off. Very busy couple weeks for all of us. I was away. Joel's son now is back in basketball, which is the busy time of the year for him. Obviously, the baby on the way too is not helping with the not busy schedule. Alvin, I don't know what Alvin does, but he's just busy or whatever. Busy enough today that he can't even be here. We were just like, Apple's gonna kick us off the platform if we don't get some episodes out. So we're just gonna power through this, and it's Air Max week. Like we kind of have like it's an obligatory episode, right?
Yeah.
And this also right off the top. Not trying to kill time or anything. Right off the top, I don't think John had a podcast the last time he was on. So it's like we're getting like a different version of John this time. Like last time he was just Weekends with Walt. He was like timid, identityless. And now he's like, I'm John from KicksAtTheCastle.
Yeah.
He's like
that dude.
He's that. He has a
that guy
on Instagram. I see on Instagram stories. He has his own like picture that like is animated on. He's like a big deal now. So really happy he was able to find the time in his busy schedule.
Glad to do it, man.
Of course, bro. How's that going, by the way, the pod?
You know, we're coming up on 2 years, so it's going really good.
Crazy.
We lost my buddy Main Street Dad Irv is he's got 3 kids and they're all busy, so we totally get that. Ruby stepped in. She is a fantastic co-host, and she's a Disneyland local. So now we outnumber Matt, the West Coast people.
Yeah, much to Matt's chagrin, I'm sure he's out there fighting the good fight week in, week out, just like, putting up the dukes for the East Coast.
That's it.
Appreciate you, Matt.
Holding it down
for the better of the two. Anyways, we're not going to let him respond to that. Moving on, we've got a fun show for you guys today. Of course, this episode is going to drop on Saturday, March 25th, meaning it is Air Max weekend. It's Air Max month, Air Max week, Air Max day, Air Max weekend, whatever. It's all Air Max related. So of course, we're going to make this a very Maxness filled episode for you guys today. We're going to start with news, though, of a massive sneaker retailer that's shuttering some of its locations, kind of an end of an era, if you will. And then moving back into another one of my new favorite segments, Over Under. To round it out, we're going to discuss this month's Air Max Day and Air Max lineup in general and how it's compared to years past. I'm sure you know how that's going to go. And also, I just want to have a little discussion if Air Max Day even matters anymore. Think about it. But first, Joel.
Whoosh, fly around.
Holy shit. We like to start every show with a quick hitting question from you, our listeners. And this week's question comes from, once again, I just hate, like, if you send me a question on like a the day we record, I'll probably see it. But if I open it and then I forget, so this one's from me again. It's much to say about nothing. This one's from me again. What was your first pair of Air Maxes, and what was your most recent pair of Air Maxes that you purchased? Definitely the quick hitting question this week. I can start while you guys think. I should have thought about this before we did this. My first pair, I know for sure, 2009 infrared Air Max 90. It was the first re-release after the History of Air collection, with I think was like 05. Really, really good retro. Still own them to this day. I mean, you can't get a better like gateway drug into the Air Max life than an infrared Air Max 90. So a really cool one to be my first. I remember like I worked at Foot Locker at the time, and everyone was like, I was like new to sneakers, if you will, and everyone was like all excited this Air Max was coming back, and they had pre-orders on them, and I had no clue what they were, and I was like, "Yep, I'm gonna pre-order them for sure. I need them. I don't know what they are, but I need them." And yeah, the rest is history. I probably still have like the receipt in the box and stuff. And yeah, really, yeah. I mean, it's the pair of Air Maxes, or one of the pairs of Air Maxes.
That's a good one.
Most recent pair, I'll knock that one out as well. I want to say it is the Hada Wave in the triple white. I think that came out in like the fall, which is a weird time for a triple white shoe. I want to say actually maybe it was
So
like
good.
September, like September maybe. Think September, probably the last time I picked up a pair. So I'm going to say that was probably my most recent pickup, and no Air Max pickups in this month, which is like, I feel like every year I buy something during Air Max month because the hype is just at a high.
Yeah.
Nothing for me this month, Air Max wise. Joel, give me your first and give me your most recent.
All right. So my first Air Max was I can remember. It was a 95, Air Max 95. Saved up for my first job working, and I saved up for that pair. And it was I can't remember the name of it, but the waves were like black and white, and then the airbags were like green. And I remember specifically on the airbags, it had the PSIs on the airbags.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
Like 10 PSI. And like, and it just went small. Like as the bags went smaller, obviously the PSIs would go smaller. But like, I mean, on the back, it was, I can't remember the number, but there were significant PSI numbers on the bags.
That's cool.
And that's what I remember, because I was like, holy shit, this is so cool. Like, you know what I mean? And that's when I think the 95s were just the first, like fresh out the gates. Like, you know what I mean? They're like brand new. So that was my first pair. The last pair that I got was probably the anniversary pack, like one of the anniversary. I think it was the OG Reds. I think
that
it was the last.
Long ago.
Yeah, like I haven't bought Air Maxes in a while,
sir. That's like 2017.
Yeah, 2017. Like that's the last.
No way.
I'm going through my feed right now. Like when you ask that, and it's like, I got love for Nike. I'm a Nike boy, but like I got a lot of New Balances, right? And I've been into New Balances for a while now. So I'm like, look, I can't remember like the last one. I think it was the anniversary joint.
That just sounds impossible. Didn't you get the Sean's after those?
The Sean's like afterwards, yeah.
Yeah, so that would count. You got those like after 2017? There's no way it's been 6 years since you bought it.
When did the Sean's drop though?
2018.
Okay, so 2018 then.
Okay. Still doesn't. I still don't believe that. We're gonna
I'm serious.
We're gonna need to fact check that. While John gives his answer, hopefully you can stretch it out, because I need Joel to fact check. There's just no way.
There's
no way. Go ahead. Give me an answer.
Well, I can tell you, man, the irony of you having me on the Air Max episode is really
yeah. I can see the stats behind you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to front. My next pair of Air Max will be my first pair.
Wow.
You know when I fall in love, I fall hard, and I stay true to the one and only. So
yeah,
as you can see behind me, it's not a very diverse collection.
Uh-huh.
So what's the first pair going to be? Are you going to do Big Bubble? Like, what's up?
Yeah.
I like the Patas. last year, and I almost went for those. I think those look really good.
Mhm.
I actually I saw the big bubbles. I got early access to them, and I did not pull the trigger. I'm trying to be good on the shoes. I think I bought 42 pairs last year, and I'm really trying to cut back.
What the hell is cutting back from 42 pairs in a year?
Wow. Almost once a week.
Legit.
For real, almost once a week.
I got a lot of shoes last year, so I gotta slow down.
No kidding. The difference between these two answers: John bought 42 pairs last year, and Joel hasn't bought a fucking Air Max.
Debating whether it's 2018 or 2017.
Yeah.
This is
and I bought 42 pairs, and none of them were Air Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
This
shit!
podcast is a joke. What are we doing? All right. Well, happy Air Max week, everybody. Nice talking to you. See you next week. Jeez Louise. Yeah, well, that was a firearm question. If you would like to submit one of those, hopefully better, and have us answer it on the pod, please shoot us a message on Instagram or email us at KicksAtTheCastle@gmail.com. Next up, the CGS picks. Each week, we all pick an upcoming sneaker to analyze, dissect, and give our thoughts on. Then we decide if poop, scoop, whoop-de-whoop, or Joel's trademarked phrase,
"C'est très joli."
Ho, ho, ho. Look at that.
Took that from Cuzzo.
That was skipping a beat there. That I thought I was going to catch you off guard. It almost caught me off guard. I almost shouted out to the ghost of Alvin there. I'm going to go first this week because I'm the only one who has bought an Air Max in this century. And my pick this week is, big shocker here, a Stussy collaboration. And it is the Stussy Converse Chuck Taylor 70 collaboration that's coming out at the end of the month. They drop on March 30th. I'm sure that was strategically placed after Air Max Day for sure. And yeah, I mean, not much to say. There's a 2-pack of them coming out. The black and white pair, I think, has come out a couple times now. The cool thing they've done with the Stussy stuff is they flipped the upper inside out. So the actual Converse logo is on the inside of the sneaker. So you don't actually see it. You just see the stitching of where it is on the medial side. And the pair that I like, so there's a black and there's a fossil pair. You can guess which pair I like. The fossil pair on the lateral side of the sneaker has the Stussy back-to-back S logo, and it's pearls, really cool detailing there. It's gonna assume embroidered or stitched. They would probably have to hand stitch this into the side of this. Yeah, bedazzled, whatever.
Bedazzled, yeah.
They're just it's a really cool detail. I've never really seen anything like that, and it really matches the aesthetic of the aged look of the cream or sail upper, if you will. Yeah. So yeah, these are really cool. They almost had me, and then I saw that these are $110 and they're still a Chuck Taylor. So yeah, kind of lost me at $150 Canadian-ish for a Chuck Taylor high.
For a Chucks.
Not into it. They are bedazzled though. So yeah, that's got to be at least.
My feet hurt just looking at them.
Definitely not a comfortable sneaker. I mean, yeah, we could get into the whole I can see a bunch of Jordan 1s behind you there, John. None of those are comfortable either. So let's not throw stones when we live in glass houses now.
I don't see any Jordan 1s.
Yeah.
He moves the chair.
Maybe you should buy some Air Max there if you want some comfy shoes. Anyway, the big bubble is supposed to be very comfy.
I got the Wave Runners last year. I didn't know we were going to cancel Kanye though. So
yeah, someone should have consulted you because you almost had a comfy sneaker.
Yeah, I know.
One out of 42 pairs last year was almost comfortable. Yeah, these are cute. I mean, I always say this with the Stussy collaborations. I said this with the Penny too. That I kind of regret passing on, but if it goes on sale, I'll definitely pick them up. But it's a Stussy collaboration; it never goes on sale. It sells out the same day, and then I say, shit, should have bought it. Whatever, no love lost. I'm keeping up to my pace of what I said of 10 net pairs this year, and I don't think these will be added necessarily. I don't think I want one of those pairs to be a Chuck Taylor. So tough pass, but a pass nonetheless. Joel, your pick this week. We've already spoken about this shoe 4 times so far.
All right, let's go. Air Max 86 Big Bubble is my pick. So yeah, these drop on the 26th, which is a Sunday. Big difference is the big bubble. As compared to, like, let's say, like the 2017, which is like the last pair of Air Maxes that I got.
You're due.
So I'm kind of due for another pair of Air Maxes. So yeah, it's in the OG red, that red color. Should I even say it's an OG, because this big bubble is supposed to be the true OG
Always do
of
that shit.
of the Air Max. Yeah.
God
So
damn it.
so the big difference is, if you were to compare to like the 2017 pair, is obviously the huge ass air bubble that they have. Other than that, it's like the midsole is like a totally different midsole. It's like a big chunkier type of midsole, which is staying true to like the original Air Max 1 from 86, 87. It's totally different. The shape of the shoe is like more sleeker. It's got that more. It reminds me of the Air Max 90s that dropped, where it's more like the infrared, like from a couple of years ago, where it's more sleeker. It's more like that bullet toe. Yeah, exactly, that bullet toe. Without having to iron them out. Prior to, like, 2010s Air Maxes with the cliff toes. But yeah, these ones here, it's totally different. It's a totally different midsole. The shape of it is, like I said, the shape is much more wider, around like the forefoot area. And pictures, totally. I guess the materials is different as well.
Looks
But
like
yeah,
it's a completely different shoe almost.
it's like it's like a completely different shoe, as compared to, like, your traditional Air Max that you're so used to seeing. But yeah, these drop on the 26th. We're just talking about before the pod, raffles galore. But yeah, these are like a whoop-de-whoop for me if I can get my hands on them. But the box is pretty dope too.
The box is cool. It's like lost and found aesthetic almost. It looks like
exactly, man. It's got that clear swoosh at the top too. So
you're saying if I'm going to jump in, this is the time to jump in?
I think it is.
It is the time.
I really do think it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to. I was thinking until Joel chose this. I was going to say we should talk about this later in the pod, but we can do it now. I don't know if it's because I've been staring at it for the 5 minutes that Joel's been talking, but like I'm kind of being sold on them a little bit more. Wasn't a really big fan. Maybe it's on foot that kind of changes my mind. Wasn't a big fan of just the updated. The midsole is mostly what throws me off. The upper,
it's that different. Yeah,
the upper is great. Like the shape of everything. That they even changed the shape of the swoosh. Like they changed everything. Apparently, it took them like 2 years. They always say this shit. It took us 2 years to master it. Like, you're Nike, but whatever. The upper is fantastic. The midsole, the big bubble, I could get on board with. The midsole just looks so like cheap. Is that like I don't like? I feel weird saying that word, but like just
like a big chunk of white midsole.
Like if you look at the side by side from 2017, it's like textured almost, the midsole. It's I don't even know how else to describe it except it's like textured. The midsole and the big bubble is like one big chunk, like Joel said. There's no like definition to it at all. Yeah. And I just like it looks cheap. It looks like I can't remember what the silhouette was actually called, but like they did like a takedown of the Air Max 1 for Air Max Day a couple of years ago. I don't remember what it was called. It was like the Air Max 1 LTE or Lite or something like that. And it just like that's what this kind of looks like to me. With all that being said, the more I look at it, the more it's growing on me. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger because I think they're kind of expensive. I don't remember what the price point on these guys is.
I think they're 190. Yeah, 190 Canadian.
150 USD.
Yeah.
Yeah, 190 Canadian. Not awful. Yeah, I'm still like, I'm not sold on them. I'm not as excited as I had planned on being for them after seeing them on foot and stuff. And it's kind of just making me want like the 2017 a little bit more personally. But again, like, I want to say this isn't the one I grew up with, the big bubble, but not a whole lot of people grew up with the 86 or whatever either, because I think it only came out for like literally a year before they changed it up on the next retro or the next iteration. So yeah, I'm not sure. But to answer your question, John, I think this is the one. If it were
All right, I'm gonna enter on sneakers. How's that?
There, that's fair. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
yeah.
that's good. I think that's enough energy to put forth for it.
Trying
Yeah.
out sneakers, yeah.
And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
That's it.
Yeah.
Let sneaker gods can decide.
Yeah.
I have seen, I don't know if you guys saw Sean Go, friend of the show, partial enemy of the show as well, posted like a video of just literally just like a zoom in of the heel, and he's like squishing it, and it looks really soft. Like apparently the big bubble is like doing its thing, and it's supposed to be really comfortable.
Like shoe porn.
Yeah, it honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be really comfy, and I know, John, you're just a big guy, so like this might be your comfy shoe.
Might be.
Like, I'm not trying to say, again, I could care less if you buy them or not, but
I feel like you threw a shot at me right there, but that's all right.
no, bigger guy. You're just a large individual. Like, I've stood next to you and felt like a baby. You're just big. You wear size 12. Like
you wear size 12. Yeah.
All right. Speaking of size 12, John, what's your pick this week?
Speaking of size 12, I'm going to talk about a shoe that doesn't come in my size.
You can't get, yeah.
I've got the Jordan 3 Lucky Green, which is a women's release, and it is coming out on April 6th. And I am just a sucker for, basically a white Jordan 3. I like the little accent color, and this is not the first time Jordan Brand has thrown a woman's release in a color that I really like. I'm still sad about the laser orange not being
so good. Yeah.
That is one of my favorite. I love, but you know what? I love seeing them on feet. I love when people have them. I'm not mad that they're doing women's releases. I'm happy that they've got their own. If it came in my size, I would get it. I think the interesting thing, they just released the official images, and there was so much talk about the new elephant print on the white cement 3s that in the official images, they show the heel tabs, and you've got a really heavy elephant print on one and a really light elephant print on the other. As in, don't complain about the elephant print. So I don't know if you guys saw that, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah.
They got to figure it out, man.
Yeah. But they actually show it that way in the official images. So.
I think actually in the white cement official images, they showed it as well. I saw like some people saying like, hey, they warned you.
Yeah,
they did. Yeah, they did. But no, this is a great shoe. I would be all over if it was my size. But alas, I will be on the sidelines watching everybody scoop them up, and I'll be envious.
They're having a moment here with these green shoes. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
Yes,
but like
very much.
The Celtic green ones are getting retroed.
Yeah.
The 2s, like basically Chicago 2, but in green. Yeah. And they have these Lucky Green 3s, and then they have SB4s. Like they're literally, doing the whole green pack.
Green. The Titan 22s were green, no?
Yeah, green and orange. Yeah, the green is having a moment right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do like those a lot. I mean, you can't.
Yeah.
It's so hard to mess up putting a cool new color on an original colorway / color blocking. Like it's a layup.
Did they have a PE like this? A Jordan 3 PE?
I feel like they probably did. I can't think of who it would be.
See, I got the pine green 3s a couple years ago, which was the black with the green.
The black ones, yeah.
And I've worn them like 2 times because I don't wear a black shoe that often.
Yeah.
So I would absolutely get these. It's kind of like when they did the core purples. I got the back purple.
Yes.
I got the dark iris, and I wear the dark iris all the time, and the court purple sit in the closet. So I really like the white. I like the white shoe.
Yeah.
Who knows? They might go up to a size 15 in these women's shoes.
Never know.
Might be able to find.
That's not my. Actually, it is my luck. They would do it this time because I'm trying to not buy shoes.
Yeah, that would be very on brand for how things go. But yeah, good picks all around here. Let's move on to This Week in Kicks. This is the part of the show where we discuss the current headlines and happenings in the world of sneakers. And as mentioned at the top, it might be, or starting to be, the end of an era, if you will. So yesterday, the mall-going sneakerheads had their worlds rocked when the news that Foot Locker would be closing more than 400 of their brick-and-mortar locations through 2026 broke. That's a lot of stores.
That is a lot.
More than 400 is a lot of stores.
Crazy.
The closures are coming as Foot Locker hopes to quote unquote reset amid a downward trend for sales. Fourth quarter of last year fell by 0.3%, while the company forecasts a total decrease of 3.5% to 5.5% for 2023. That's a substantial number, especially decrease, not even saying flat, decreasing. They're saying that half of those closures are going to target locations in lower rated malls. I'm sure if I say lower rated malls, everyone has a couple in their mind already. Like, how do these places have a Foot Locker? Yeah. So probably won't be too substantial. The other half are going to come from underperforming stores in higher rated malls, they said. They also said of the 400, 125 will include underperforming Champs Sports locations. They're all going to close this year, they said. So 125 Champses are closing this year. Yeah. So, I mean, surface level, it's sad. Job loss, history, all that kind of stuff. Foot Locker's been around for forever. And I mean, they're not going out of business. They're a multi-million, possibly billion-dollar company. But yeah, it does feel weird. But at the same time, don't know the last time I shopped at a Foot Locker online or in store. In store, no clue, to be honest, but online as well. Yeah, thoughts on this? I don't want to say I don't care, but like
they're reacting to consumer behavior, right?
Yeah.
I mean, people don't go to malls to buy stuff that much anymore. And honestly, try to buy a pair of shoes on Foot Locker on a day of a hype release. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
So the only way to get them through Foot Locker is use your, do the flex points and enter the raffle. I mean, that's the only way I've been successful there. So, but yeah, they're not going away. They're resetting. They're gonna get more strategic with their locations. I think they're gonna do like standalone stores, right, as opposed to being in the malls.
Yeah, they were saying a lot of stuff. They're gonna do like elevated kids stores as well. They said they're kind of gonna like expand on their kids Foot Locker.
So it's more of a shopping experience to try to get people to get off the phone ordering stuff and to the stores. It makes sense. I mean, they're a business, right? Bottom line.
Yep. Totally agree. I mean, that was my first job, so Foot Locker will always have like the spot in my heart. But also, again, don't know the last time I shopped there. Their e-com is terrible. Like, they need a reset. Big time. they need. I can't believe it's only 3.5% they're forecasting this year, because who can buy anything from that shitty ass website?
Well, I mean, listen, I could probably get on there and get a pair of Air Max right now, but
it might be it wouldn't be to you in time for Air Max Day, unfortunately. Maybe if you selected in-store pickup. I mean, I've never even won a raffle from them, so I don't even know if I have the app on my phone anymore at this point.
I've had some luck. I got the Fire Red 4s from them.
That's a good one.
I got a pair of 11s from them once, a couple pairs of 11s. So I've had a little bit of luck.
I will say, not defending or trying to detract from that, but the Canadian version of everything is worse. And I'm sure the Canadian, if you think the American Foot Locker is bad, you should see the Canadian Foot Locker app and website. It is. I bet I couldn't go buy Air Maxes on there right now.
No, it would probably crash on you.
like on the day of a hype release down here, it's like you can't even get on the website. It's like you have to wait to get on the website. So,
Yep, same here. They were like, I think they have updated their system now. In their defense, they have FLX finally in Canada now.
Yeah,
but there was times you couldn't even enter a raffle, open the app when there were like a raffle open. I mean, still they're shitting the bed. They had the White Cement 3 raffle on there. This is, again, nothing against Foot Locker specifically. We worked with them in the past, but they know, I'm sure they know their e-com sucks, so not surprised. The White Cement 3 raffle opened like the week after they introduced FLX in Canada. So everyone was like, oh, cool. Like I re-downloaded it. I was like, oh, I'll give it a shot, whatever. Did all the little song and dance to get the extra FLX points, because of course didn't transfer from your old Foot Locker account. Why would it? Did all that stuff, got the extra so I could boost my White Cement 3 entry, which a bunch of people did. And then because the shipments were delayed, they literally just took the shoe off of the app and everyone lost their points.
That's how you do it.
There goes the app. You had one shot and you screwed it up again. Yeah, a good try. You had me going there for a second, but yeah, I do hope they figure it out, because again, it's a long, storied, historic business in the sneaker world. So I wish them all the best or whatever. Moving on to previously in Kicks, this is the part of the show where we review our latest pickups and recap latest happenings in our sneaker lives. It's been a couple weeks, so hopefully some stuff to report. Joel, anything as of late for you?
As of late, let me just see what I got. I actually, it wasn't for me, it was for Jomar. I was able to scoop him a pair of New Balance V5s, the 990 V5s in that classic gray. He's got those. Got a pair of newer ball shoes. I got the box in front of me. Is the GT Cut 2s.
Oh, that's a really good shoe.
Yeah. So he's got those. For me, I was able, Christian, just kicking the TO. He was able to secure a pair for me that he found at, I think, at his local Marshalls. It's like a pink New Balance 920, the Made in England joint. I haven't put them on foot yet. Just waiting for the nice time of day, nice sunny day to put those on, because John, it's like snowy and shitty up here. Yep. So yeah, man, waiting for that kind of day to put it on.
I don't even know what snow looks like.
Yeah.
Sounds like,
it's ugly around this time, man.
Nice time of day. Every time is a nice time of day.
I know.
When you live in California.
Yeah,
that's
man.
Pretty good haul. Let me see for me. So I picked up, not sneaker related first. I picked up, so the Legends League, Brian had a sale on his Watchman beanies. It's coming to the end of the season, but I figured I was not going to pass up, one, the opportunity at a really good deal, two, probably one of the last pieces he'll do that's LL branded. Picked up two. So they were like dumb cheap. He did so they were already discounted on his site. I think it was like 40% off. They're typically $50 each. They were discounted to 30 each. And then he did a give one, get one sale. So it's basically buy one, get one free.
Yeah.
So they were $30 and buy one, get one free. So they're 40% off plus buy one, get one free. It was $30 for two. Like and they're like literally like made in Canada beanie. Like there's no chance I was passing that up. So I picked up two of those. Came up to like $40 shipped after tax or something crazy. So really, really happy with those. I had been putting off getting them because like, I feel like especially with like beanies, like winter hats, toque, whatever you want to call it, they're so iffy. Like I feel like you need to try them on, but for the price, like for $30 for two, I was like, I'll figure it out. Not concerned.
Yeah.
Also shout out to the Puma Canada family. Hooked him up with two pairs of the MBO2s. The like basically the home colorway of the Charlotte Hornets. So it's like a nice like teal, aquamarine, whatever you want to call it, colorway, and black. And also the brand new one that comes out, say this weekend at Foot Locker, speak the devil. The brown Digicamo pair. With like the orange hits. Those are really, really cool.
Nice.
Just need to get a ball running. I haven't hooped in like over a month. So like really like pumped to try this shoe out. I still haven't had a chance to do it yet. Just aesthetically speaking and packaging on that those shoes are always fire too. Really, really good. Shout out to Puma Canada for that. And then I was able to hit on one of my shoes of the year so far. I've been pretty lucky with being able to get shoes that have been like actually after this year. The AJ4 SB, I was able to secure.
Nice.
So they're actually waiting downstairs at the lobby, like the concierge desk right now. So I'm like jonesing to like fire through this podcast, get it over with, and get down there and check them out. Yeah, very excited to see those because I saw them in person briefly and I was thoroughly impressed with them. Like they are as build. Like they are very, very well done, well executed, quality, detailing, like different materials. They're very, very cool.
Yeah.
Price point's pretty high on them, but like resale wise, but they're a good shoe. They're going to be one of those shoes in 5 years. Everyone's like, fuck. Like, yeah, that's one of them shoes. So excited about that. Really excited about that. Super, super pumped. Yeah, John, anything in the last 2 years for you since you were last write down your 42 shoes?
42 pairs.
So the last pair I picked up last year was the twos, the Chicago twos. And I was good in January, bought nothing. I was good in February, bought nothing. And like, I seriously, like, there was something wrong because by March I was itching. I had to buy something.
Yep. Sounds right.
Seriously, I was absolutely dying. So I ended up picking up the Union AJKO, the leather pair.
Tell me about
Oh,
that.
nice.
I love them. I took the swooshes off. I like
Yeah.
It's cool.
the Velcro underneath. So I actually wore those to Disneyland last weekend. Love that pair. They're actually fairly comfortable. I've never had an AJKO, so it's a nice shoe. I then followed that up with another immediate purchase. I got I had the natural gray lows. I got those when those came out a couple years ago, and that was one of my shoes I took to Disney World, and I wore the crap out of them. I tried cleaning them up, and they're maybe a 6 out of 10, and I just thought that wasn't good enough. So I did. I spent some money, and I bought a fresh pair.
Nice.
So so I just feel like that's. I like a white shoe. It's a great summer shoe. I mean,
yeah.
It's always summer in San Diego, so
had to slip that in there.
Jeez, this guy. Jab.
Right.
And then Saturday, so I don't know if you. So I actually have a great pickup story for the white cement 3s.
Oh baby, let's go.
Let's go.
We got the exclusive here.
I know. So there was multiple opportunities down here. They shock dropped them.
Yep.
And I missed out on the shock drop, and a bunch of people I know got them, and I was, super supportive. Yeah, attaboy. Good job. I can't wait to get them, real happy for you.
Yeah.
And then exclusive access came out, and I didn't get exclusive access, and a bunch of people I know got it, and I'm like, oh, hey, all right. Those look great. Can't wait to get my pair. And then, then you start entering the raffles, and it's getting closer to drop day, and people are like, oh, are you going to pay resale before it spikes on drop day? And I'm like, I'm going to get them for retail.
Yeah.
And so, I'm all Mr. Soul Savvy, ready at the computer the morning of the drop, and I'm on, and that was it was not a good
shit show.
Good drop. So kind of melted down. I didn't hit on sneakers.
Melted down. So dramatic.
I started looking at like how much are they resale, and like, do I want to pay that? I need to wait. And then, then Soul Savvy put out the little thing. Hey, the Union drops at 8:00. So I'm like, bolstered myself. All right, let's get in there. And then they dropped 37 pairs, Lawrence.
Yeah,
so that was
stupid. Yeah, not even worth. Yeah,
not even worth sitting in my chair for that. So then I'm super sulking. It's about 8:30, and I get a text from Ruby, who sends me the got 'em screenshot. And she had been up all night, but had entered the draw for me and went to bed after she entered the draw. And she woke up at light at 9:30 and sent me the I got them.
Man.
So it was a roller coaster of emotions. So
that's awesome.
So I met up with her Saturday at Disneyland, oddly enough. And it's her car. My pair is flawless. The elephant print matches all the way around.
Amazing.
It's a really nice pair. I also met up with another homie, Phil, who had got the Stussy by Nike Laguna Beach to Beaverton t-shirt. He hit that on sneakers for me. So I do love all things Stussy. So I picked that up. So it was a good Saturday. A trip to Disneyland. Got a couple of assists. So it was a nice day. So so 3 pairs of shoes in like 2 weeks. After not buying any for 2 months.
Jeez. And that's his version of being good. Got it. Understood.
I did sell a pair, so I'm only net 2 pairs.
Okay.
That's good.
And I'm thinking about selling my old natural gray since I got the fresh pair. I'm thinking about.
I'm gonna ask you what the plan with that pair would be. Like sit by the door kind of shoe. Like what's gonna be?
So I'm on the fence. Like I put them up for sale. I've had a couple offers, but I don't feel like I need to give them away. And so I'm thinking about taking them down and putting them by the door and just wearing them.
Really
until they're like a 3.
Yeah, 100%. Those probably look super cool when they're like just absolutely destroyed. They probably look dope. Yeah. So definitely like that. Yeah, I'm glad that you hesitated even a touch, and Ruby got to you just in the nick of time before you made a regrettable decision.
Hilarious. It was so funny. Because we have a Discord, and I was completely raging in our Discord about it, and You know,
man.
And
she was a lifesaver. And here's the crazy thing: she hit on the shock drop, and was able to win on drop day. Which, like, I got the early access for the Lost and Founds, and it showed purchase in the app, so like I couldn't even try on drop day. So it was interesting that she was able to get 2 pairs from one account.
Wow.
A little backdoor action there. Interesting. I'll make sure to make note of that when I report her. For botting.
The pairs in my closet. They can get them.
They can arrest her for being a botter, though. Moving on. Thumbs up, thumbs down. In this part of the show, we give our opinion on various sneaker-related topics with zero context or discussion. All we're allowed to say is thumbs up or thumbs down. And being it is Air Max week, weekend, month, day, whatever, let's do a couple of years old Air Max now. It's now found its way into malls all over the world. The Air Max 270. Thumbs up, thumbs down to the Air Max 270. Joel.
Up.
I'm going to be thumbs down on this one. John.
I'm going to go thumbs up.
Interesting. You don't own any, but whatever. Over under. Can't say anything. Over under in this segment.
But I want to.
You wanted to.
Come back next week. Over under. In this segment, Las Vegas gives us a gambling line, and we need to decide if we are over or under. And this is an interesting one as well. Number of sneakers currently in your collection, so sitting in your respective space right now, that you have lace swapped, meaning not what it came with in the factory. It can be extra laces that it came with, or laces that you purchased, but just number of shoes in your collection right now that are currently lace swapped, not lace swapped and then switched back. Currently sitting in the box with different laces than the fine people at the factory put in them. Over under 10.5. Joel, you can start.
Under 10.5?
Over under 10.5.
I'm probably under.
Taking the under, really?
Yeah, I'm taking the under. I'm under.
Really?
I'm probably like 8 pairs.
8
that are still in the box, like that are that the laces are still in, like the lace swapped in. They're still in the box. I've
swapped in and out.
I've swapped them out and then I put the original laces back on, kind of thing.
Interesting. So if I had said lifetime, it would be over.
Huh? If
I had said like lifetime lace swaps, it would be over.
Oh yeah, it'd be over. Yeah.
I think that I'm like close. I'm just trying to like mentally think about it right now. I think I'm under, but I bet you I'm at like 10, honestly. Because all these Jordan 1s that have been coming out with the sail tongue, I can't stand having a white shoelace on them.
White lace. Which
is what always comes in. I just can't stand seeing the white and then the sail tongue underneath. I think it looks silly. So like Georgetown's, Lost and Founds, that's just 2 off the top of my head. I've had to lace swap both of those.
Well, how do you judge the Lost and Founds? Because it came with both laces in it.
Did it? It was black and white, though, wasn't it?
They had the black and white both in the shoe.
Yeah, I did. Well, with Lost and Founds, you have 2 options. Then I did completely different and did sail. I had to buy sail laces. See, I bet you I'm under, but I think I'm at like probably 10, to be honest, because I put a sail laces in a bunch of shoes. I went through a thing and then I just kept them.
Yeah, you put them in sale. Yeah.
But yeah, there was also, I'm same as Joel. Like I had a bunch that were lace swapped, like a bunch of my SBs that I lace swapped to like some crazy colors, and then like swapped them all back to factory, like in the last couple of years. But yeah, if this was like 5 years ago, it'd be like way over, because like every SB, I was like secondary laces always. It has to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm probably under, but I'm gonna say like 10. I'm at like 10. John, over under 10.5.
I'm definitely under. I mean, I don't have as many pairs as you guys, but like the ones that I can think of right off the top of my head is like the Alma Maniere ones. I went with the burgundy laces.
Oh yeah.
And I want to say the cool gray 3s. I lace swapped those. Oddly enough, they didn't. No, the cool gray 3s.
AMM 3s as well, though. No, you have those, right?
I have those. I think I have the regular. I just have the cream lace in that one.
I don't know if it came with cream. I think it came with a different. I think it came with white in them. feel like those came with 3 colors. I can't remember because I also have cream, but I feel like that was a swap.
That might have been a swap, but like the cool gray 3s because they didn't come with gray laces, and I swapped it to a gray lace.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I like to put like on the ones. I like to match the color of the swoosh to the lace.
Oh, your swoosh. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm color of the tongue. The tongue and lace has to match. It's color of swoosh. Interesting. I never heard that one. Well, we're all under. The line was too high. Sorry, Vegas. Easy wins, easy money. Moving on to NSR, not sneaker related. We talk about sneakers a lot. So in this weekly segment, we're going to take 30 seconds out of the show to discuss something completely irrelevant to the world of sneakers. And like I wrote this down and now I'm reading it again. I'm like, this is an absurd question. There simply isn't time, but like, I'm gonna ask it anyways. What is the greatest food of all time? And when I say that, I don't mean like the Big Mac. I mean like food. So I'll give you my answer because I said this earlier today, and this was inspired. I think that eggs are the greatest food of all time. Nice. First of all, every culture eats eggs, like chicken eggs specifically. Like, I think every culture eats chicken eggs. There's so many different ways you can
so many ways
you can eat them. You can have them at every meal. There's different dishes that contain eggs, and you also put eggs in so many things to make other delicious things like cake or whatever else. Cake's the one thing that comes to mind. Cookies, probably. I don't know. Delicious things like baked goods. So I think my stomach is grumbling thinking about eggs. I love eggs. I hate that they're so expensive right now. I had to buy eggs today. Again, this is how this all came about.
So do you like Costco buy your eggs? Do you like? Because
so
I buy
we have a
5 dozen flats at Costco.
We got a small fridge, so that's a problem here. We do the 12.5, so like the 18 eggs, like the oversized. It does turn a little bit cheaper when you do the 18, but if we had the fridge space, I would buy the crate, like buy the fucking skid. Give me the tractor full or trailer, whatever. Give me all the eggs. I'd buy them skid load at a time. But egg, it's like a superfood. Like it's good enough for you. It's protein. Like So I'm gonna go eggs. Greatest food of all time. Go GFOAT or whatever. Greatest food of all time.
Greatest food.
GFOAT. Joel, what's the greatest food of all time? Go.
All right. To piggyback on your eggs, I'm gonna say rice.
I knew it.
Because rice goes with every. I'm not just saying because I'm Filipino.
Yes,
I'm
you are.
I'm just saying because you can have it like you can have San Diego Mexican rice. You can have like different kind of rice. You can have like I don't know what kind of other rice. They can have like sushi, like the glutinous rice and sushi. You can have any kind of way fried, whatever. It'll be like rice balls, whatever. You can. It's there. It's like a necessity, and like you know what I mean. It's goes with everything, man. It's like eggs and rice, bro.
Yeah, it's delicious. Same thing every meal, easily.
Fried rice. Yeah, there you
go.
Yeah. For real.
Every meal. I'm with you. That's definitely top 5. I knew you were gonna say that, so I'm excited that you said it. It's definitely top 5 for me. There's rice just so underrated. The variety.
Very.
No offense, but white people just have it so wrong with rice. Like it's just like there's so much more opportunity than white people give rice. Like, you go to like Freshco, like the Chalo Freshcos or whatever. I know it's like speaking French to John right now, but like the
I was gonna just nod my head and agree.
Sure. Like the Asian, whatever they call it, like the Asian Freshcos or like the Asian grocery stores or whatever, and they have like literally like 90 different kinds of rice.
Yeah,
and I'm like 90. Like growing up, I had steamed rice. One like in a pot on the stove, like not even in a rice cooker. So white people just gotta figure out rice, man, because every other culture has it down. But rice is way up there. Absolutely. Good call there.
Yeah.
No pressure, John.
When you said the best food ever, the first thing I thought of was a taco, but I realized that's a food delivery method. That's
no, you can't do. That's why I specified like you can't do like a Big Mac, a taco.
So I'm going to say cow.
Oh, okay. So beef.
Beef. Because ribs, hamburger.
Yeah.
I mean, brisket.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tomahawk ribeye. I mean, T-bone. I mean, come on. There's a tri-tip that you
endless.
There's so many. There's so many different cuts. And that's on brand for me. I am a carnivore. So
you got to maintain that size, bro. You're like a dinosaur, like in size, stature, not in age. I mean,
exactly. Like it's low carb, right? I'm low carb eating, so I just eat all the beef.
Nice.
Good call. Yeah, you were listing. Yeah. Tomahawk on the list.
Tomahawk.
Holy shit. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong. All those three together, even. Like, we just made one of the best dishes ever. Yeah. You just made that's delicious breakfast. Like, yeah.
Greatest. Yep.
Moral of the story, white people figure out rice. Moving on to the main topic of discussion this week. We're going to go into Air Maxes a little bit more deep with our big Air Max panel here. Alvin, you got me hater. Man, let me just call Alvin and see if he's free.
Well, although March is really a long month because I'm not an Air Max guy, and I'm actually not a huge college basketball fan. So
I'm not either, but I just get caught up in it. Honestly, like place a couple wagers, bet on some underdogs, make some money.
Well, my Aztecs moved on, so I mean, at least that's got me at least interested.
There you go. Yeah,
nice.
I just hate how this is a big side. This is not what we're supposed to be talking about.
I'm sorry.
No, it's super fine. You've heard the podcast before. This is normal. I hate how the first weekend or the first 4 days is like a million fucking games every 5 minutes. There's a game, buzzer beater, upset, crazy shit, and then it's 4 days between games after that, and you're like, you can't do that.
No,
I understand there's travel, rest, all this stuff has to happen, but also you can't get the hype at an all-time high and then just I don't care anymore, honestly. I think it's still going on. I haven't watched it since the first weekend because it's that's when I'm
you lose the momentum.
Yeah.
You lose the momentum.
Yeah.
They really do. Unless your team is in it or you're super invested in college basketball, which in Canada, again, after the first weekend, no one's talking about that anymore. I don't even know if it's on TSN anymore. The first weekend, it's nonstop 24/7 TSN 1, 2, 3, 4 coverage, and now it's TSN 8 has the game on a replay or something crazy. I don't get it. They're college kids. Again, I understand they're crazy athletes, but I think they could play 2 games back-to-back days. I think that they would survive. Let's figure it out, NCAA. You want to keep me interested? I need action nonstop. I can't have these delays or I will not care anymore. It's 2023. I have zero attention span anymore, as all of us do. Is it big down there still for you guys, John? I know you said you're local.
It is. I think I'm an outlier. I'm not. I'm just not I like basketball. I'm not. But I'm not a huge fan. I noticed that my Canadian friends seem to be much bigger basketball fans than I am.
Interesting.
And I don't know that I speak for all of America when I say that.
No, you do.
Meh.
You are currently speaking for the nation.
I just think I think the players are kind of babies. I'm really not a fan. I'm not a fan of the flopping. That's what turns me off. But I do enjoy playoff basketball. I think when you get to playoff basketball, it's another level and it's a lot more fun to watch.
That's true.
Very, very valid. You're a baseball guy, right? That's your.
I mean, I don't watch a ton of games live because baseball is boring.
Yes.
So
it's getting better this year. They have a pitch count now, which is crazy.
I actually like the changes. I'm more of a football guy. I mean, that's kind of my my jam.
There it is.
I do enjoy some hockey too. I actually played hockey a little bit, so I enjoy it.
Wow,
nice.
I wonder you're such good friends with all the Canadians. It just comes naturally. All right.
I played hockey. I like poutine. I mean, come on.
You're in. Yeah.
Poutine.
That's all that's on the citizenship chest.
Yeah.
It's just two check boxes. Yeah. Check yes to both and you're in.
Yep.
Let's get into this Air Max stuff here with my fellow Air Max fiends. And So the first thing, again, it's only really two questions, but I think that they could really be dragged out, and I'm sure that they will be. The first one being how this Air Max month, Air Max day docket this year kind of like measures up to years past. And I think just surface level, you can see it's pretty mid. I don't want to be like rude, but like I'm gonna like. So there was like 3 years. I went back and looked at all these things. It started in 2014. 2014, the pair that Joel owns, the OG red with the Volt outsole and the branding on the tongue. Yeah, just an iconic pair at this point. And that was the only one. I think it was just like an offshoot. Like they're like, hey, it's Air Max Day, and everyone's like, okay, cool, sounds good, kind of thing. Had never really done it before. I think 2016 is when it really started to pick up, if I remember correctly. So 2016, we had the HTM pack, the Hiroshi Tinker Mark pack, where they did like 3 brand new silhouettes that were designed by 3 obviously massive designers. They did the Air Max Zero, which at the time was fucking like people loved that shit. And they also did the Vote Back. That's when they did the voting that year.
The vote,
obviously we know which shoe won. So in 27, just listen to some of these lineups that some of these years had, and you'll see how like meh it's gotten. 2017, you had Air Max 90 infrared Flyknit. Flyknit at that time was like the shit. Flyknit was like anything Flyknit flew off the shelf. Air Max 1 OG anniversary, the red. Nike Vapor Max was introduced. Also at the time, again, insanity around that shoe. Air Max 1 Master. And Air Max 1 Atmos Elephant. All in the same month. It was all in 4, like, who found the time? That was 2017. 2018, less crazy, but still really good. You had the Vapor Max 97, the Vapor Max Plus, which again, those two at the time flew off shelves. Air Max 93 in the OG colorway. Air Max 180 Ultramarine, so the OG colorway of that. Air Max 270, again, when that was introduced, it was crazy town. And also the Air Max 197 Sean Wotherspoon. What? Crazy. And then you move on, and it's like, they kind of just like, it feels like they stopped caring. So like in 2019, they had that City series where they did like the Tokyo Air Max 1. And Idoscope 97 and all those. And I feel like I completely forgot those existed. I'm not going to lie. That tells you how important those were. 2020, all they had was the Atmos Duck Camo Air Max 90.
Yeah.
And there was an Air Max 90 liquid metal pack. I don't even know what that is. I just set it on the list.
Oh, like that shiny.
Yeah, like it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, those 2021, they had the Air Max Free Day.
Okay,
You know what that shoe looks like? Because I did not remember until I saw it. And then 2022, last year, they had the Air Max 1 Blueprint in North America, the Air Max 1 Wabi Sabi in Asia, and the Air Max 1 City of Light in Europe, based on Paris. Man, like with this year, we got the Air Max 1 Big Bubble, which is iconic in its own right. We had that like animal print Air Max 1 that like
we had the Shima ones came out.
Shima that are still available at this very second, and the women's
Safari,
the women's Safari, But again, like, were those Air Max month, or were those just Air Maxes that came out this month? Also, right? Like, I feel like we'll use 2017 as the example with Atmos and Master. Like 2 months before, you were like, there's like 10 pairs coming out for Air Max month, and you were like, let's get it. You knew from 2016 after doing the Vote Back that the Atmos were coming back. Like it was like a cultural machine at that time. It was like Air Max owned the month. I didn't feel like Air Max owned the month this month. I honestly was surprised. I'm shocked that today is March 23rd and the Big Bubble comes out in 3 days. Like,
same.
And I wasn't like waiting for it and like Air Max Day is coming kind of thing. So I just want to get your guys' thoughts on like.
Well, I was gonna say there certainly was more of a buzz last year, like with the concept stuff. I mean, everybody was
concepts like last year as well.
It was like a big deal, and then all the pattas. I mean, like
the pattas,
there were people actually, I was interested, they were appealing to new people. And then now you've, like you said, it's, I mean, I guess they're trying to appeal to me with the Big Bubble, right? Cause I'm a nostalgia guy. But, I mean, It's crazy that, like you said, they have all these heavy hitters that they've done. They couldn't cook up something better. So are they giving up on Air Max month?
It feels like it. And that's kind of going to tie into the question a little bit later. But like, yeah, Joel, I obviously want to get your thoughts because you haven't bought a pair of Air Maxes since it was fun to do so in Air Max month. But like, what are your thoughts here? Because it really feels like it just fell off a fucking cliff. Like, it fell off the planet.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like you're like with me, it's like I sort of delved into different other brands after the 2017, 2018 Air Maxes that have dropped like within the years. I think the whole hype with the 2016 vote back and the 2017 drop with all that slew of fire that dropped on Air Max month back in 2017. I think that sort of like, I don't know, it sort of set that what do you call that mark where it's got to hit that kind of that drop to make it become like exciting again, and it just hasn't been exciting because now it's like maybe the other brands are tuning into like, you know, dropping on March because now they're dropping like collabos, like, you know, like New Balance collabos, like, you know, whatever collabos that are dropping like around the month of March. I think they're starting to pick up on that, and they'll be like, we need to take these swoosh heads away from you know the Air Max. I'm just you know thinking out loud right now, but I'm just saying, like, you know, maybe that's what's going on, and you know, like a lot of the hype is going like different areas instead of, you know, sticking to Nike kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Like, it almost feels like Nike does that thing where you could take any specific shoe, for example, but like you could do the Air Max 97, right? Like the silver bullet and gold bullet hype in whatever year those came out, 2019, 2018, was huge. Like they made them hyper limited. They made like ton of noise. And then before that, you couldn't find Air Max 97s anywhere. And they do those two pairs as like the big kickoff. And now you can go into any mall and find an Air Max 97, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what they do. They give you like this crazy marketing push, and then it gets you buying that shoe for the next however long, right? Yeah. Almost feels like they took that same model and applied it to this entire initiative of Air Max, right? They gave us 2.5 to 3 crazy years of Air Max releases during Air Max month, got everyone pumped, and they're like, this is it for Air Maxes. Like before 2014 or whatever, or even before 2016, probably no one was wearing Air Maxes in March. No one knew there was an Air Max month, day, whatever.
Yeah, nobody knew about it.
And now all of a sudden it's 2023 and we're still doing it just automatically because they trained us to do so.
I think that
like they're barely committing to doing anything, and we're doing it all ourselves at this point. Like the hype machine is driven by the consumer now and not by the brand. Like,
exactly.
Again, there was years where there was parties all month and like crazy drops and all this stuff happening in cities all over the world, and now it's like, couldn't tell you of an Air Max party organized by Nike or like a takeover in a store in any big city or anything like that, right? They did the big bubble and they're like, here you go, and take it or leave it, doesn't matter kind of thing. It really feels like that's what they did with this, because I don't think Nike cares about it anymore, really. Just judging by the difference that you can see with the selection that we're being given. I don't know. Do you guys think Nike even gives a shit?
They've forsaken you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They duped us. They tricked us into celebrating this thing by ourselves at this point. Like,
well, it's funny you talk about the hype machine, how they rolled all that stuff out to get you into buying. I mean, that's exactly what they're doing with the twos, right?
Same thing. Great example.
It's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They've been talking about the Chicago 2 for a year now. They bring it back in, when did those drop? Late December?
Like December 31st. I want to say.
Yeah. You hadn't seen a Jordan 2 for years before that.
Yeah.
And then again, you had a couple collabs, then you dropped to Chicago, and now there's Jordan 2s everywhere. And people are buying them because of all the marketing they did. This is just like a longer game of this, like a similar situation. Yeah, it's disappointing. Like it's one of the, like, it's a little bit different because you kind of made this cultural moment for everybody in March, and then you're kind of just leaving it to the wayside. And again, maybe it's just me and being exhausted. For again, 2014, the start has been almost a decade. Like you would hope that they do something for next year for the 10-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Yeah, just based on the docket that we got this month, it's like it's weak sauce to say the least.
Yeah, because after the big bubble, what are you really looking forward to?
Yeah,
Like
it's not even the
they've
anniversary of that shoot.
yeah, they're like showing examples of the royal blue big bubbles now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's gonna drop, this year, but after that, what's next? Are they gonna rerun the? Are they gonna throw the big bubble in our face again and give us like different OG colors? Like, you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Like, and like the thing is, like, they also fell into this weird habit that they somehow did, where it was like 2018 they did the Vapor Max, which was supposed to be the most air ever, or whatever they called it.
Something
and
like,
then, and then
yeah.
the year after, or the same year actually, they did the 270, where it was like the biggest bubble ever. And guess what came after the 270? The 720. And it was even bigger. They just kept like making the bubble bigger. And you're like, that's not what we want. Like, no one asked for this. Like, every year for like 3 straight years, it was like most air ever, more air. And we're like, okay, we're good. Like, they're kind of doing it with the big bubble
pretty soon.
Yeah, like they're literally just gonna be, you're walking in a bubble. There's no upper, it's just bubble. It's just like they fell into that for a while, which was kind of like, okay, this is not working. Like the most air ever worked one time. You can't have the most air ever 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
But yeah, it brings me to the main question of like, does it still matter? Clearly, I don't think it still matters to Nike. And in my opinion, if it doesn't matter to Nike, why does it matter to the consumer, right? Like, ultimately, Air Max Day or Air Max Month or whatever it is like a marketing ploy to get us to buy and advertise for Nike for 31 days or 26 days or whatever. So like, if Nike doesn't care enough, then does it matter? Like, at the beginning of the month, I asked everybody like the over-under for Air Maxes you're gonna wear this month. I think I wore 3. Like, I think the over-under was like 15 or something.
I haven't even worn any, bro.
Like, that's tell you everything.
That's only 3 more than me, and I don't own any.
Yeah, like Joel is one of the biggest Air Max fans I know. I haven't bought a pair in 10 years. I kind of changed my opinion on that a little bit, but like, I didn't wear it at all this month. And like, I'm sure there was years where you wore every single day of the month.
Actually, I take that back. I did wear the Atmos one time.
Wow, there you go. Look at it.
So I did wear one pair of Air Maxes.
Big Air Max guy. But I'm sure there was years where you wore an Air Max every day of the month.
Every day. For
Air Max.
And there would be a post. There would be a post of every day. Yeah. But now it's like,
it doesn't matter.
Why should you do the work for them?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Joel. Does Air Max month matter? I don't know if this is controversial or if this is whatever, but does it matter? To me, I don't think it does. Which sucks. It's unfortunate, but I don't think it does. What do you think, Joel?
I don't think so either.
Which is annoying.
Yeah, I don't. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like the old man of me speaking, but it just doesn't matter anymore for me.
I think you can do both. You can grow out of it, but you can also like expect anything from the brand that is the one who started this. It's not like this was like a community, some guy in the community was like, oh my god, the first Air Max came out on March 26th, let's make it Air Max Day. Like, Nike did this, and now they're just like neglecting this thing that they got everybody excited for every year. Like, they did it to themselves. But like, I don't think it matters. And I obviously the question is kind of moot with John a little bit because it doesn't seem like it ever mattered. But what's your take on it? I mean, you're thinking about buying the big bubble, so it might matter a little bit to you.
I was going to say you'd be better off having a Jordan month, but pretty much every month is Jordan month. So I mean, I don't know.
Right?
I don't know. I feel bad for the people that do love it because you can see them. Like I see it in my feed. There's lots of people that love the Air Maxes.
Yeah,
and just because just because I don't partake doesn't mean it's not a thing. So I like people to be proud of what they have. I love seeing when they show off, and those people that go out and put out the effort. It's cool, but it'd be nice if the brand did something for them.
Yeah, you shouldn't see us having, or the community or the culture having, more effort or output than the brand, with unlimited budget and unlimited resources and the ability to make it a memorable. It would be so easy. That's the thing that kind of frustrates me a little bit.
Profitable. They would make money.
Tons of money.
You're
printing money.
To donate.
Like, you heard the docket of shoes in 3 years in a row. Like, they dropped 10 shoes and probably a fucking 50,000 pairs of each. Like, they're making a ton of money.
Yeah.
And like, it's not like it's even hard money. That's the problem is that, and the annoying thing is that it would be so easy for them to just drop. Like, if they dropped Amsterdam's this month, Joel, how many pairs are you buying? Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, and you just need one good shoe that they have already released in the past. Like, it doesn't take a lot to make a sneakerhead happy. It really does.
Supply chain. No. Supply chain.
It's going to be supply chain for the next 10 years or whatever. But like, yeah, and again, there's no answer. There's no right or wrong answers to these. Well, there's a right answer to how this compares to previous years. It sucks. It's poor, very poor effort by the swoosh. But yeah, it's still mattering. Like, we were even talking about it at work this year and last year, because like last year we threw like 6 Air Max Day parties in different cities, and we're kind of, and then like step back and we're like, Nike didn't do shit. We did more for this holiday than Nike. Like, it's an advertisement. And then same thing this year. Like, we did a contest and we flew people to Philly to make their own bespoke Air Maxes and this and that. And again, we're throwing a Toronto Air Max party on Sunday, and I'm like, the swoosh doesn't care at all, and we're still doing this. Like, when do we kind of just be like, wait for that? Wait for them to make the move. I don't know. It's just, it's so weird to me. It's really quite frustrating. It's shame, big shame. Yeah, just wait till they have the next one. Again, they not made up the story for the Air Max Zero and the Air Max 186 Big Bubble, but they got stories coming out the yin yang usually. So I'm sure they'll find a way to pull me right back in next year.
Yeah,
as they do.
Yep.
Joel, what pair are you gonna wear on Air Max Day?
On Air Max Day?
Yeah, you're gonna wear a pair that day at least.
I'll wear a pair at least that day. I'll probably wear like the OG Reds
to pick up your big bubbles.
The 2017, my last pair that I bought.
I still refuse to believe it. I need you to take some time and dig into the closet and figure that out, because there's just I refuse to believe that. I don't know what pair I'm gonna wear yet. Speaking of, like I said, I got an Air Max party to go to on Sunday that I have to host, and I don't know what I'm gonna wear. Have to figure that out. John, you're gonna do Big Bubble? You're just gonna enter sneakers or what?
I'll definitely I'll celebrate the day, but I'll throw an entry in on sneakers. But maybe I'll wear my my Jordan 3 Tinkers, because they're cousins. They're cousins at least, right?
Yeah, they're cut. Twice removed or whatever. Yeah, I mean, they got a bubble on them, so they count. Yeah. That'll work. It's air. It's still got air. It's got exposed air. You're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed us conspiracy talking about Foot Locker and Nike for an hour. Wherever you guys are taking this episode, please leave a comment, review, follow, and or subscribe. Make sure to check out CanadaGotSoul.ca to shop the latest CGS merch. Keep the YouTube for our latest videos, and check out CGS on Facebook to chop it up with us. Of course, do not forget to use hashtag CanadaGotSoul on Instagram for a feature. I have been Lawrence Hopkins, and you can find me at LDoggyStyles on Instagram. Wolf.
And I'm Joel Hernandez. You can find me at Joe Dooney, JO_D3OsNEY.
That trip you up? It's usually Alvin first, right? And then you? Or is it you and then Alvin?
No, it's me and then Alvin.
I don't even remember. It's just as soon as I say my own name, I just completely tune out. Don't even know what happens after that. John, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram at Weekends with Walt.
And you can plug your other podcast.
Oh, and you can also find me at KicksAtTheCastle.
You can find
all your favorite DSPs.
Thank you for listening to us talk about sneakers for 223 episodes. And please remember to rock your kicks. This should have been a Jordan episode. This has been True to Size. We have been CGS and Weekends with Walt, and we are out. Peace.
Thought you were going to go Disney on the NSR.
Oh, I should have. Now that I think
should have. Yeah.
No, straight to food always. That's just like the default. It's got to be food.
No, I like talking about food. I still, like I said, all I could think about is tacos. The whole time you're talking about eggs, I'm just like, but tacos. But I want to talk about tacos.
It can't be. No, tacos is a combination of so many foods. That's why it's so good.
I know.
You could have spoke about tortillas or something like that.
Oh,
You could
tortilla.
have said
Yeah.
tortilla.
Right.
That is very versatile as well.
Yeah, man.
No, but I like cow.